Happy Sunday afternoon, everybody. Sorry I started a little later than I expected because I took a nap and fell asleep. This is Church Post Production episode number 16, where we go over a lot of editing tips and what I'm actually doing to fix and do stuff here at my church. Again, my name is AJ, the CEO, and we're, here going to hang out here for a little bit and go through the process of what I do. I am in the chat, so if anybody wants to drop a line to me or a question, I am watching. Clean up my desktop here so that I can get started. Hope everybody had a great Sunday. This Sunday was awesome. I was back playing for our young adult choir, the Voices of Praise, so we had a blast with that. And so I got a lot of editing to do with some of the songs and things like that. But I think that's about it. I guess I'm gonna start doing like a little news section and stuff like that. And I don't have the graphics to do all this yet, but it's coming. But I was in the works of doing a video on, what's the name of this program? Caster, which I will show right here. I was in the process of wanting to do a video on this because I was going to actually have this for my video. We were going to actually use this today at church, and it's kind of like Restream, where you can actually do different streams at the same time, but looks like it happened overnight unless I missed it. But Facebook has changed the RTMP string that they're using to where they're using a secured one now, so it's RTMPS. And for whatever reason, Caster has their address, the old address, hard coded into it. So even as you can see from here, I went through a custom setting and it detected Facebook, and it still reverted it back to the old one that Facebook is not accepting anymore. So if anybody had any issues with Facebook, that was kind of it. But also, so I couldn't use this Sunday, and I went back to OBS like we normally would use. But even then, we started noticing some really bad syncing issues. Haven't had that in a while, where the audio and the video didn't line up. So I don't know if that was, I'm feeling it was Facebook because nothing's really changed. A part of me was thinking maybe it was the up down cross HD that I installed earlier this week, which was just trying to get our video fixed from having lines and everything like that. It's possible. I don't think that was it. But what I ended up doing, I still kept that in place. I just took the feed that was going to the sanctuary, because a couple of people talked to me about it at the end of church. I took it out and have our feed going directly from the ATEM directly to the projectors like we did before, but I still have the up down cross going to our hyperdeck, as well as going to our streaming PC over SDI. So I'll see how that goes. If it doesn't, I'm gonna take it out of the mix. I don't know why that would be happening like that, but that's about it. I don't think there's any other news. Other news outside of that is, I talked about it in a previous video. I am in the process of working on my church's new website using Bluehost, and I will have the code here in the bottom. It's an affiliate code. I'm really liking what they have so far, so let me give y'all just a quick little tease on what it looks like. So this is actually, let me refresh this here. So this is what we got so far. This is just the basic info. I haven't changed up our logo, and I've added all of the church's links and everything like that. I've been playing around with the adding sermons and stuff like that. So I'm still playing around with it, but I'm liking what I got so far. Still building out the pages. Really don't have a lot there yet, but that's the work in progress that we're working towards, which I'm liking. I can actually have members set up in it so that we had somebody request for me to do a private Facebook group. Me personally, I don't like having any type of personal information that needs to be sent out to the congregation. I don't like that being online on a platform that we can't control. So the move to this is, if you set up an account here, we can send that information and don't really have to worry about, oh, somebody might get access to it and all this other stuff like that. So that's what we're working on. So the media page hasn't been made, but we're still going through that. So what we're gonna do, that was mainly the stuff I had going on right now. Trying to think, do I have anything else that's going on? I don't think so. So let's go ahead, and I'm still here in the chat, so let's go here, and I've already copied over the video from today, which I record at, I forgot the codec that's on the hyperdeck, but because of the up-down cross converter going to progressive 1080p, I was able to use a different codec that made the file a little bit smaller. So this will be the first time I'm actually using this. So I'm gonna mute that. So that was acquired. I was rocking it today, and let me see if I can catch your boy right there. There on that piano, rocking it. So we had a blast today, and so we're just gonna see. This is gonna be one of my tests because they were saying the stuff was out of sync. So this is Deacon Leonard. Let me see if stuff is out of sync here. All right, so that doesn't seem out of sync right there. Not really sure. That was the announcements that we did. All right, so it was in sync with what I was playing. So I don't know. I think it's probably just the projector. So I think everything else being set up is going to be good. So anyway, let's get enough of that out of the way. Let's go ahead and go into DaVinci Resolve. Now, I did have somebody asking me what program I use. I would hope by now it will be obvious that I use DaVinci Resolve when I'm doing all of my editing and things like that. So I'm gonna try and go through again and do kind of just a beginner type of thing as well too with what I'm doing here. So hopefully, if you are considering using DaVinci Resolve, you might this might entice you to actually start using it. All right, so I'm just trying to get set up here because I got dual screens. It's going to be jumping back and forth. So, all right, I think I'm straight now. Oh. There we go. All right, so I'm good right here. So let me set this up. All right, so what we're going to do is, as usual, we have this organized. We have this in services. And I know what I need to do. I need to change my picture over to, let me drop this a little bit. Is that too low? No, that's good. All right, so I'm gonna be right here now. All right, so we're in here. So we're just gonna make a new project. Today's date. And I mentioned before that I'm using an RTX 2070 right now. I actually missed the package yesterday, but my fixed Radeon 7 came back yesterday, but I wasn't here, so I missed the package. So it'll be delivered here Monday. So I'm gonna switch that out and see, did they really fix it and does it work? and I'll do a video on that coming up. All right. So we're over here. Let's go to our second screen. And I know that's why this is acting up. Hold on. There we go. I got my two mices over here. One for my the streaming computers over here, and then my main mouse right here that's operating this computer. I use Microsoft, what is it, Garage or whatever it's called, to control. It's like a KVM, so where I can have one keyboard and mouse control all these computers. But in this type of setup, it acts up. So let me hit the split back. All right, so all right, is that better? There we go. All right, so let's cut over here, and we're gonna go to load our media, and we're gonna make we don't have to do it, but I might as well do it like this. Lower thirds, and really don't have nothing else. I mean, we can be fancy and say graphics, because I was also Saturday I was at the church and I was getting ready to do, I had my drone out, was gonna fly, and actually I need to upload that. Forgot I didn't take the memory card out of here so I can upload the video from here. So let's do that. And maybe we'll cut over to some of the footage of what I was going to do in that. Now where's my super suit? Looking for my memory card case here that I keep all my memory cards. And I tell you, this just helps keep everything organized. I have a bunch of these. You can't see it, but all the ones on this side are my personal ones. The ones over here, these two are for my slower drone. The Mavic, the first Mavic, goes in here because these are more rated for higher bandwidth, which is what the Mavic 2 needs. And then every time when I pull over a card from the church HyperDeck Studio, I'll put it on here. Just help me keep it organized. But anyway, so we got this one. And maybe I'll go through and try and make a new intro video. I need to do one anyway. So let's see. What do we have on here? I didn't notice that there were kids in there watching me. So I was trying to do some video of the church, but then I got, that was First Lady asking me to do something, so I didn't get a chance to get over there. And we had some cleanup day going on. So I guess I'm not a super professional yet with drones and stuff, even though I've been flying for about like 2 years now. Mainly I like to get some aerials, get some high shots, some sweeping shots, things like that, which is what I've done in previous. I like to have a video just flying to the area and things like that. I think I was trying to fly down the street from the church, but then I got some interference. I think there's a problem with my connection that's going from my phone. I normally don't like using my phone with the drone. I had a crystal sky for my Mavic, but for whatever stupid reason, DJI decided not to do an update for the Mavic 2 but come up with a completely different controller. So I might have to go back with my old drone and fly with that one again. But this is like a good shot. There's Richmond City over here. There's our church. And I like just to have a sweeping flying in and stuff like that. That was the point, but I had a whole bunch of people stop me. So we'll come back and use this in one type of way, shape, or form. And I had that all on the other screen and you didn't see it. Sorry. Let's see. Let me drag this over here. Sorry, because I was trying to talking to y'all about what I did, but you couldn't see it. So yeah, so this is what the flying that I had going on, and this is the shot that I'd like to do. I have it for an intro video anyway that loops during church. Have the whole city in the background, our church, sweeping landscape. I like to fly down real far and just fly towards the church. And this eats up about like a 90-second cut of video just coming into the church before people are coming in. So I'm gonna use this as some type of intro video. All right. So anyway, let's go back over here and let's upload everything that we did, because I already pulled over today's service, which is right here. Let's pull this in. Yes, I want to change this. And then we're going to pull over all of our materials here that we've used. We need our intro, outro video. And why am I... All right, intro, outro. That was on graphics. I forgot I organized this. So, and then lower thirds, our minister today was Reverend Thelma. Then there was also the choir, like I said, was the Voices of Praise. And that's mainly it. But there are about 2 songs that I want to pull out of this. So I'm going to make an extra video for that here. So if I cut back over here, let's change our settings over here. And I still don't know why they don't save these when I do this. All right, so we're going to do Control N for a new timeline. We're going to call this full. Then another Control N for online. Then another Control N. I'm going to say Better Is One Day, because that's one of the songs I want to pull out. And what's another one I want to do is Withholding Nothing is another song. And I might do another one later on, but like we do, we always start with the full timeline, and we're going to make cuts so that we do everything there. So let's go over to our graphics. We're going to load our current intro outro. Let's zoom in, drag it to about 1 second fade in video and in audio. Let's line our cursor up, make a marker, and drag it up so we have now a on track 1 and 2. So now if we cut back over here to our video, double click here, and let's find the beginning. And because we missed the beginning of the song, so I want to actually start at the very beginning here, and then I just need to find where this ends. Okay, well, it looks like they really cut a lot of stuff, so I think this last song that we did is not going to be here. So I don't have to do any edits on here, so I'm just going to pull this straight over into our timeline to right there, and we're going to fade this in for 1 second. Now this just happens to be the first song that I want to get. I want to see where the song is at, where it ends. Alright, so it goes into that. So I want to find, does that ends right here. Alright, so that song ends right there. So I want to make a cut right about here. So that's that whole intro here. So this is going to actually be my first song that I wanted to edit. Why did it do that? Alright, so let's right click. And we're going to change this to pink so that I know which one I'm working with. Oh, that's what I forgot to do. Since we're doing music, I need to pull over the graphics that I use for the music department. Yeah, music ministry. So this is the image that I use there. So I just pulled that down into graphics. So I use that at a later time. So we got our intro here. Alright, so right here, we're going to go ahead and grab our lower third. And let's make sure it cuts fine. Yeah, and just missed the whole beginning of the song. We'll have to make sure we make a note of that. Alright, so now at this point it looks like the volume is fine. Debbie is kind of soft spoken, so that's fine. So this is our alright, so there's the VOP again, so I'll put lower thirds right here. Alright, and then again, this is offering, so I really don't need to put nothing here. And honestly, today was really, it went by really fast. My key is not on this whole time, so went pretty fast. So there's the choir again. This is Withholding Nothing, the other song I wanted to get. So what we're gonna do is use the tool again, cut right here. Let's find where this ends. There's an altar call. I'm gonna come close to the ending of the song. Alright, so this song is a lot shorter, so I'm gonna have to edit this a little bit more, but let's go ahead and change this to the same color so we know that the pink is the part where we need to change. And alright, reference short is up here. So we started right here. Believe this is right where the sermon starts. Yep. So we're gonna make a cut right here. B order blade again. And so again, the way they did it, all of this, the whole service ends without alright, so she gets really, really soft here, and I have my volume maxed out. So this section, I'm just gonna amplify the volume just a little bit. Eight, really? Alright, so that's where it's going to end. So what we're going to do is drag over our intro outro right here where I have the cursor. And let's zoom in. We're just going to do it like we normally do. 1 second fade in. Then just the audio right here. 1 second. And let's drag this here so they will balance each other out. So if we come back over here and look. All right, so that's it. So let's come back and now start adding reference shorts, lower thirds. And the rule is we put one a few minutes into the beginning, a few minutes close to the end, and then in the middle. All right, that was a good look, wasn't it? That's your boy. Your boy's right there, singing right there. Anyway, so let me go ahead and change the color, because at first I was like, why is this different? Because I didn't set the color. So it makes it stand out. All right, so here's our intro right here. So now we're just going to grab our lower thirds and let's put it about right here. Make sure it's not over top of the scripture. Alright, so honestly, overall, I might need to bump up all the volume on this. I don't know why this is so low. I think that might be too loud. Alright, so down on this part, I'm going to drop the volume right about here where she starts to get louder. So this section, I'm going to drop down to maybe 3. All right, I want it to be kind of uniform across the board. All right, so I think the volume is fine across the board from here. So now, let me just go ahead and add another lower third throughout here. And she didn't move, so that makes it really easy to do. All right, so this is a different camera shot right here. So let's see how that looks. And for those who are watching, this is actually from the Panasonic HKV, I can't remember the number, but it was the most recent camera review that I did that we replaced. So very good shot compared to the pixelation you used to get on the Sony Handycam. So happy with that. Here's the last one. All right, so everything's good. So this went pretty fast. So this is all done. So now let's go ahead and highlight this entire section. And we're going to go ahead and copy it. And let's go to our online timeline. We're going to pull our intro outro here. Move it up to track 2. Let's zoom in. Fade in 1 second. Fade in 1 second. Put our cursor right here. Boom. And then we're just going to paste. And then let's fade this in for 1 second. All right, so there's the full online. Now for better as one day, we're just going to go to that first part right here. Just go ahead and copy that. And I do this one a little bit differently. I just fade these out. So I really don't have an intro or nothing. And I like to try and get right before where the song starts. And so, but since the song was already in progress. All right, so from here, I'm gonna add voices of praise. to the lower third, and then all right, so outside of that, that's really all it is. I need to fade out the ending here, have kind of like a dramatic thing to where, because this is a part of praise and worship, so all right, so actually I need to cut back a little bit more. So this is the end of the song where we went into how great is our God. So I'm actually gonna cut the song right here, and I'm gonna have this do a long fade. So I'm gonna fade this, so not that long. Fade it for about 4 seconds. I think that should be long enough. All right, so 4 seconds. So let's see what that looks like. All right, so now it could be fancy, and let's add our church logo on here. All right, so let's go back in here and let me pull the logo right there. And what we're going to do is do kind of like what we do at the end of our announcements. So I'm going to add this here. And what we're going to do is do a keyframe. So first off, we're going to fade this in for about 20 milliseconds. So like there. But we're going to set a keyframe at the very beginning, so that way we can do some animation. So here, set a keyframe. We just click on this little diamond here. So we're animating the zoom. All right. So we're going to start at 100%. Let's go to the ending. Make sure you select the part that you're doing. Click on the diamond again to make another keyframe, and now we're going to say this is going to be at 0.6. So if we go back and just play it. So it's a slow fade. And that's how we end our announcements. But what we're going to do now is also add a fade to this as well too. And I don't need to do it that long. So let's change this. And let's make the whole thing about like that. So now when we watch it, I'm gonna drag it further back so we'll still be able to see stuff. Oh, y'all aren't seeing it, sorry. So that's what it looks like. So when we play it, all right, so that's how it's gonna end. So that's it. But I'm gonna copy what I just did so I can do this on the next song. So while that is working, let me go ahead and save this, because what I want to do is actually show you what I did for our video announcements. And this is kind of tied in. I know I have a video that's due on the status of how our video announcements have been working. So let's go back here real quick. And I did save this before I came out of here. I'm going to go into this week's announcements. I did a little, and I talked about it in a previous video, one of our church post productions, where I showed how you can actually clone people, and that's what I kind of did in here. So if I cut over, and I got this all, it's grayed out because it's locked, so I don't make a mistake on don't accidentally undo something that I did. All right, so this is where everything started. So if I cut over to this other screen so you can see how it goes, it's like this. And don't forget, first off, you can see this is green screened, kind of like I have right now. If I zoom in here a little bit, and I'm going to go to color. So as you can see, I've already used the color swab here to select the green around me. So if I turn this off, and take that off. This is what you're seeing. So when I turn that on, you can't see it because I have it, you don't see the alpha. So let me turn that back on. So now this is what you're seeing, and all I have is just a repeating kind of whitish gray motion background in the background, just going over and over. Seems kind of cool. So that's kind of like how I did the background. All right, so now, and I did that for all the other ones, and I just changed my shirt to make it look different. So if I come in here and play this, you'll see what I did.
To like, subscribe, and share God's word. Have a great day.
All right, so if I cut back over here and zoom in, literally all I did is I'm actually standing in the same place on each video, but I just moved and repositioned myself. So if I look at this top one where I'm in the NASA shirt, and I come over here to the other screen, see, all I did was place myself, because I'm green screened and I can move myself anywhere inside of here. And that's kind of what I did. I actually enlarged myself because I was further away from the camera, so I wanted to make it look like it's exactly the same. Now, some of the earlier stuff was, y'all get some inside information. I was actually trying to have myself sit on the couch, and I was talking. And this is choking because I'm doing this. This is 3 4K videos layered on top of each other, playing at the same time. But the reason why this one didn't work is because the sun kept changing everything, and I did this 3 times hoping to catch where the sun was consistent, and it really wasn't. So I ended up just standing up and doing the green screen behind it. So that was it. And I'm gonna go through a breakdown of this later. But anyway, let's go back over to service, and we're gonna go ahead and edit that. And let me jump over here. I haven't seen any questions or anything like that, so let me just make sure no one has any comments or nothing. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is, nobody has any questions, I'm gonna go ahead and render this whole thing out, put it up on our new website and the old, because I'm using it to start building up data. And that's about it, guys. So make sure you check out all the videos that are going on this week. Have some other stuff going on, and we got some big projects that are coming up at some other churches. I got one in Missouri and got another one in New Jersey. Just waiting to hear back from them and line up some stuff, and can take y'all on with me while we do this and help other churches modernize their media ministry. This is AJ, and thank y'all for watching, and we will be back next Sunday with same time, learning some more stuff. And make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell notification. That way you get notified. And remember, the why am I going blank there for a second? But the ultimate PC giveaway is still going on. Don't forget about it. It is still going on, and just letting you know that a lot of stuff has. Oh, I need to turn the key off. I don't need to see a mini me, but a lot of stuff is going on. But it still is in the works. Remember, it's going to be, the giveaway is July 1st or 500 subscribers, whichever one comes first. So again, you need to put the comments in the build video for the ultimate presentation PC. That's the one where we're going to randomly draw from somebody who's in the comments and they are our subscriber. So they have to match up, and we will find out how you get notified about that. And that is coming. So don't forget about that. Like, subscribe, hit the bell notifications. Thanks again for watching, guys. This is AJ, and we will see you on the next video. Later.